GM, hey Lumina, how are you? Good to see you here. It's been a bit. GM Benny.
Hey.
GM. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. It's been a while. GM Bryce, the winner of Dragon's Den on Tuesday. You rocked it. That was fun.
And what was the topic? I came for 5 minutes and I left.
The topic was the latest on Ethereum. It was kind of like just going through some latest updates in the Ethereum ecosystem and just making people bullish. I think it worked out because the price pumped. So
Yeah,
we're
well,
doing
you always
good
pick the
job
topics,
here.
actually. Very good. I like
Thank you.
all the dance.
Thank you. How are you, Lumina? I saw you were planting some papayas.
Yeah, actually, I didn't put any effort. I only cleaned the seeds, I dried them, and I threw them and covered with the soil a bit. The original soil that is on the land without any additions, and it's just coming out so fast. I think this land is very blessed. I should grow more stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's the beauty of the place you live in. Yes, the allocation window is officially open now. Thank you.
Can we vote already?
Yes, just now. It
Yeah.
opened just now. So yes, you've probably seen your projects there. Make sure to start shilling more to get people to vote for them. Feel free to use the stream that we did with you, Benny, as a resource to encourage people to vote for you, of course. Bryce will have one with you very soon. Can't remember exactly what we scheduled it for. But
yeah, I think it's Friday.
Oh, right. Friday. Nice.
I think next Friday.
Next Friday. Sorry, say that again, Benny?
No, I'm just confused as to how to select the project because I'm only seeing 3 in there.
That's weird. You want to share your screen? Maybe we can check it together.
Just a sec. Let me
Or
spend a bit more time and see if I can figure it out.
can also guide you through it. The voting it's a little bit weird sometimes, but because the UI, the UX is not great. It's we have a much better one.
It's okay. I got a chart
You figured it out
on those 3 projects, but if I scrolled and zoomed it out now. All right, so I think that.
Yeah, so the way you vote is you click on the little heart on the top right corner, I believe, and then you go to the shopping cart, and then you can decide how much of your rewards you allocate to the projects, how much to yourself. You can, of course, do 100% to either, and there's some. That is a pretty nice. You can select how much each project gets. You can just be like Durgadas, vote for everyone. Nice. Yeah, very quick. Oh yeah, I wanted to share this here. Yeah, maybe like some quick updates here. We finalized this for Ethereum competition. We had 173 submissions, which was crazy for us. We did not expect so many. And it went really well. I think the team selected some really cool brand designs. Really excited to see them come to life, hopefully in the next few months. This is, of course, up to the teams if they want to use the designs, but I think in general was pretty fun exercise. I know a few teams are for sure gonna use them, so excited to see that. Just a couple of small hiccups. One team, one of the logos apparently was using an existing one that copied. Luckily, they identified it quickly, so we had time to react. But other than that, I think it was a pretty successful campaign. Pretty excited about that. And yeah, we've been doing live streams. Benny here, we did one about programming languages on Ethereum with Viper, Solidity, and Faye. And you can check out. Let me find it quickly. And here we go. Oh no, that's it. The new one. Yes, here it is. Yeah, that was the code behind the magic stream. And then we also had one just now with Build Guild, Ethers, JS, Remix, and Veriferium about building on Ethereum. Pretty fun. I enjoyed that one. Cool insights actually about that one, if I can share how many of those tools don't really need to kind of move and like evolve super fast. Benefit from being in a more mature, stable position. Of course, they need to upgrade every time there's like an Ethereum upgrade in a little bit, and all that, but they benefit from being steady also for security. We've seen an unfortunate hack yesterday again for GMX. Just keeping things like those things a little bit more static helps, but always have to find a good balance between innovating and finding the and the security in a way, finding the maturity point. Mm-mm. This mix is pretty good, actually. I'm happy with vibes, space funk. Building on Ethereum stream, and of course, the allocation window is officially open. You can go there and vote. For your projects. We have a few here recording these, of course, so they're going to be published on our YouTube channel. So if Annie or Bryce want to talk about your projects quickly, we have this clip. Feel free to do so. Benny, how do you feel about that?
So was that just talk about the project, or?
Yeah, feel free to give a quick pitch about Viper, and we're recording this so we can do a nice clip afterwards.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure. So yeah, we're Viper. We're a programming language for the EVM, and we're trying to build a programming language that is easy to write, easy to understand, so that if you're a dev, basically it doesn't matter if you're very seasoned or if you're a newcomer to Web3, but you're going to that you're not going to shoot yourself in the foot or have some vulnerability, but you can feel confident that you're going to have a safe, smart contract that you're going to. Of course, very influenced by Python, which is proven to be an excellent language to onboard new developers in Web2. And so we're kind of trying to achieve the same in Web3. Like, if you look at the stats for developers on Ethereum, you'll realize that like it's not great. And we're getting worse and worse at recruiting new people into the space. So I think part of our mission, like the way that we see the future, is that if we have better dev tooling, if we have more languages, then we can appeal to a larger pool of developers outside of Web3, and then we can onboard those people into our ecosystem, and yeah, hopefully get more apps, get more users, get just more eyes on Web3 and Ethereum.
Amazing. Thank you, Benny. Super cool. And I'm not a technical person really, but I did learn Python. So I guess a little bit doing a
dev environment and deploy your first contract.
that would be pretty cool, actually. Would love to try.
Yeah, and
what is the way to do that?
The way to do that is to, I'd say, get on our GitHub, and you can learn how to install Viper. Actually want to be handheld through setting up a dev environment. Like, I'd be happy to walk you through it, especially if you're familiar with Python. Like, it's not a lot of work, but it's just a few commands that you have to write down to install Viper, install Discord. On this server, we have our own Viper Discord and Telegram group, and if you show up, just ping me, and I'll be happy to walk you through how to become a Viper dev.
Amazing. Thanks, Benny. Actually, maybe this is something we can do. Here is also interested, so we can do a quick, maybe a small workshop with the community for anybody who's...
Yeah, that would work. Definitely.
Amazing. Yeah, let's do it. Let's plan for it. I will write this down for the near future. But thanks, man. That's an awesome offer. What about you, Bryce? Do you want to talk a little bit about...
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for hosting the space. I think it's always fun to kind of hear, how people perceive it first, but I'm happy to jump into, kind of like why we built EAS and what it is. But, just from your guys' perspective, like, is anyone brave enough to kind of pitch me what they think EAS?
I can try, for sure. Yeah, so EAS is Ethereum Attestation Service, and it's helpful to kind of create, let's say, signatures about off-chain stuff and bring it on-chain in a way by attesting to it. Schemas, and that means it's a very flexible protocol, I guess, to create these attestations and put kind of off-chain data on-chain. How was that?
That was amazing. Yeah, it's a lot of people totally overlook the off-chain side, but I think you're hitting on a lot of like the core things. EAS is a way for you to like sign data about things, but in kind of a structured way. And the reason why we kind of built it is because like if we wanted to actually decentralize more than just like more unique things like reputation, identity, and just EAS happened kind of in the spaces. If you look back, like when Vitalik first launched Ethereum, he's like, let's have land registries, let's have voting systems, and all these like really cool, ambitious, like decentralized, useful cases for Ethereum. But 10 years later, we have a lot of like innovation around stablecoins, DeFi, etc. And you need some sort of authority to say that this land is like a parcel or a piece of land. Parcel, right? And like, who owns the land, and does the government say that they own it? And so there needs to be an identity, and we're not an identity protocol, but we were looking. And as a dev, you'd have to like integrate all these different, infinite kind of like identity primitives and tools. And so we started thinking like, well, what actually is identity? We did this thought experiment. It's like, well, when you're born, you didn't have an identity, and then you did. So that's where we started. And then we're like, all right, well, what happened? You could say that like your mom or your parents attested to your name. They said, doctor attested to your date of birth, and then the government attests to your national ID number, and the teacher attests to your grades, but you also attest to like people that you like and friends you trust, and all these little micro interactions of life are just attestations, people saying things about things. But when you go into the kind of like the cold world of being online, like there isn't like a elegant way to describe these types of things. And so we built this as an open primitive because we realized like, well, if attesting is like so fundamental to like how people can derive like trust of things, then it has to be incredibly neutral. It has to be able to just like email. Like email is just a structured way for how email gets sent. It doesn't matter if you use Microsoft Outlook or Gmail or whatever, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Like anyone can send an email. So we built EAS kind of in the same open standard way where anyone can attest about anything, and then people derive whether or not it's trustful. But it's been fun to see kind of EAS grow throughout the Ethereum community, and we're really just bullish on trying to help Ethereum unlock, more useful cases that can help decentralize us beyond finance.
What are some of the use cases that you've seen that like either have you super excited or like blown your mind? I'm curious about that.
I'm really excited to see how like open software like EAS just gets adopted by bigger teams. Like Coinbase obviously uses EAS, and others. Octant uses it, through Karma HQ and stuff. So it's cool to see like how all these like natural teams are starting to adopt it. In terms of like useful, like newer types of use cases, I'm really bullish on seeing how data can start to be verified with like agent-based reputation systems. Like how do these machines start to like build reputations with each other? We've seen some pretty cool use cases around just like community and impact funding. So like how do you actually prove that you contributed to either a team or a project, and seeing kind of contribution attestations are pretty cool too.
Nice. Yeah, that's super cool. Thank you for sharing, and welcome to our newcomers here. TLI, Carla, Eve Daily, Renee, Rick. We just saw each other at the live stream. Great to see you here. Celebrate the opening of the application window. Make sure to check it out. We have a few projects here in the call, actually. So if you want to ask some questions before you do your allocations, it's a great opportunity to do that. Feel free to do it in the chat. We have Rick Moo from Ethers.js, Bryce from Ethereum Attestation Service, Annie from Vipers. Yeah, maybe a good opportunity to chat with them or ask questions. I just shared a little bit above. I hope you've been seeing our live streams. We had the first one that was about Ethereum programming languages. There you can see the recording. 3 of our 8 projects, Solidity, Viper, and Faye. And we just had another one just now with Rick from Ethers JS, Build Guild, Remix, and Veriferium. So yes, check them out if you're interested. We are gonna be having more of these live streams in the next couple weeks throughout the allocation window, so make sure to check them out. And for Dragons, then on Tuesday, we're also gonna see a very short pitch by each project, and then we're gonna ask questions related to that project in one way, and you can win some if you end up in the first 3 places. Our sort of trivia. Make sure to.
I actually, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, Nico, joining that session the other day. I found myself really enjoying it. So definitely worth checking out if you guys haven't participated in the trivia. The hardest part was actually trying to work and do the trivia at the same time, and I ended up missing a few questions. So I'm going to come back with some vengeance this time.
Man, and you ended up in the 2nd place. So imagine when you have like your 100% capacity on it. We'll out
see.
there.
What the topic is.
Yeah. So on Tuesday we're gonna do the about projects, Epoch 8 projects, and you guys get to kind of craft one question each. So it should be a fun one. We did this last Epoch and it was super fun. It was a climate round. The questions were around, water and trees and nature and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be a cool contrast to have questions about Ethereum and infrastructure and applications on that. So should be pretty cool.
Nice.
Yes. If anyone else wants to jump in and share anything or ask a question to us at Octant about the allocation window or about the projects or anything in between, or you want to share about your own projects, you're also welcome to. Hey, Carla, I will read your message anyways. It's very sweet of you. Came here to support projects in the Epoch 8 and to say huge congratulations. Borderless will be looking. Hope you can fix your computer. I like this mix. It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna link it if anyone is interested. All right. I think if nobody else, or like maybe last chance to jump in and ask your questions or comments or anything. Otherwise, we can slowly wrap it up. All right, I think it's a good time to wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for coming, especially you guys, Penny and Rick from our projects Epoch 8, EAS, Viper, and Ethers.js respectively. Really appreciate you coming on here. And thanks to the rest for your support. And don't forget, the application is now officially open. You can learn about the projects in there in the app, but also we're hosting live streams with different projects about different topics. We have grouped them together into pretty cool topics to make the conversation more interesting, and it's turning out super fun, actually, learning a lot. With everybody, even if you're not local, to listen to them if you're interested into what's the latest and what's happening with the Ethereum infrastructure and Ethereum ecosystem in general. I'll leave it there and see you on Tuesday for the special edition Epoch 8 Dragon's Den, and of course next week, same day, same time, for the town hall here. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having